What's up? Hey, everybody. Oh, boy, I missed you. I can't even tell you. Oh, hi. Hi. Oh, I'm so freaking happy to be here. Oh, it felt like a million years. Man, I missed you. Man, I missed doing this. I had to do a little test run earlier because I didn't know what the hell I was doing, and I thought I would forget everything. But you guys were right. It was the red button. Oh, look at all those lovely faces. You're right, Amber. I do have a lot to catch up on, which is why you all are here. You're going to fill me in on some stuff. When the time comes, don't start spamming stuff. I don't want to yell at you so early. Wow, look at all of you. Squirtmert. It's been so long since I've caught a live. Squirtmert, it has been so long since I have done a live. It's been a month. It's been like a month and a half. Because I was out gallivanting and doing all kinds of stuff. And as somebody requested, I will show you the hair. Okay, first of all, it's a little flat. We got to give it a little volume. Oh, okay. Check this out. Oh, yo, what? Yo, the first time in my life I can eat my hair. Oh, man, it's happening. It's happening. It's like I'm running so fast. Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. Oh, you don't even know. Oh. I can't wait. It's happening. It's happening. I'm eating my hair. Do you all, I asked you before, those of you that have long hair, I asked you, do you find yourself eating your hair? And a lot of you are like, no, that's not a thing. And I don't mean like you're bored and you're like, it's crunchy. I mean like you just, like I get out of the shower and I'm drying off and I've got a hairball in my mouth. You tie it, so no. Sometimes, yeah. Okay, thank you. Julia, thank you. Thank you for agreeing with me. Well, I've discovered this thing now where I've started snorting it. Not like I'm an addict and this is all I've got because I can't afford the good stuff, but I snort my hair now. It's like the perfect length that it comes down and it like tickles my lip and then I'm like, puh, puh, and then like this strand of hair that comes from here and goes up my nose and then out my mouth and I'm like, what an asshole. Oh, man. Okay, I might have embellished that last little bit. Been there, done that, they say. Oh, jeez. Hey, Crumpet, what's up, Moisty? I missed you. Oh, man. Oh, it's been too long. So let's see. We have a lot to catch up on. I will tell all of you right now so that everybody has appropriate expectations. There will be no reactions tonight. Tonight is just us hanging out. You tell me stuff. I tell you stuff. I show you some stuff. Little show and tell. I show you yours. You show me mine. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. That's tonight. That's why tonight, I know it's the 4th of July. Happy Independence Day for you Americans. I wanted to do this tonight because tomorrow is Friday, which means it's Fireball Friday. And I wasn't about to do this kind of chill stuff tonight on a Fireball Friday. That's not how this works. Tomorrow's Fireball Friday. So we got some stuff to discuss, some stuff to go over. A couple things got to show you, a couple things got to tell you. I think I saw Joyce. Joyce is here. You're here, Joyce? Joyce, Myri Joyce. Joyce. Joyce? I knew that would work. Here you are, my lovely Joyce. You can't have joy without Joyce. That's as I always say. Joyce was kind enough to send all kinds of goodies my way. Some of those things, as she knows very well, were things that I already had. And she actually said in the letter, anything that you can't use, feel free to give away. So we've got some stuff to give away from Sweet Joyce. And I'll get to that. Also, Carol. Carol, are you here? I did tell you in the last live that I did receive your package. I know you received that because I couldn't figure out which one you were on Discord. There's like 19 Carols. Carol, there you are. This is a first. And it also reminds me to tell you that this will be a thing in the next few weeks because we are overdue. Carol handmade this certificate of participation, PerFest 2024 with a little purple couch. This is the one and only one-of-a-kind certificate of participation. Thank you, Carol. So this is going to go right back there on that wall because I and many of you have earned this. So we're going to have to keep that up. PerFest. Now, Carol also sent some other stuff, which will be, some of it will be for the giveaway. And you think, okay, well, how much can we do? Well, let me tell you, there's a lot of stuff to give away. Not only from Joyce, and not only from Carol, but also Mog. Mog, are you here? I know you've been busy out of your gourd for a while. Hopefully Mog's here. There she is. Hey, Mog. Mog also sent some stuff. Okay. Let me explain something. Mog was kind and generous enough to send what appears to be 2 boxes of albums. Oh, I'm not the best. I am not the best. You people are the best. You're the one doing it, okay? I'm just the vehicle I'm the t-shirt cannon. That's all. So there are all kinds of albums and stuff in here. I see Golden Hour. I see The World, Episode 1. I mean, Will, Outlaw. There's so much. Incredible. So when the time comes, we'll be doing some giveaway stuff, okay? I didn't want to forget that. For those of you that send things, first of all, thank you. It's incredibly sweet. It's incredibly generous. It's a lovely thing to do, sharing with somebody, especially when that somebody is me. And then I get to share it with other people just like you. I love that game. So we will be doing some giveaways. Now, when I say that, I don't mean like tonight, I'm just going to like choose a person and then just send it to you through email. It doesn't work that way. This is all stuff that will be part of the giveaways as we move forward. And I can't thank you all enough for doing it. So thank you. Yes, lots. Oh, and so that being said, you know, the post office box is open again. Okay. When you send me stuff, please make sure, 1, you tell me who you are so that I can thank you. If you're on Discord, tell me your Discord name. If you have an email, I would like to have a way to notify you, to tell you I received the package, thank you, and then whatever else may be required. Okay? So there's that. Also understand that if you send me stuff, please know that if it's something that I already have, or I feel like I really can't use, or whatever the case might be, I will most likely give that back to the community. So the things that you send, unless you specify, Roscoe, these underwear are for you. Please only you wear them. It may become part of the giveaway. Okay? Please don't send me underwear. I already did that with Gino. Joke landed. Oh, the brown box is for me personally? Really? Well, I'm even happier now. Thank you, Mog. Well, if there was a letter in there, I may have eaten it. I'll be honest with you. The last few of you that sent packages, I was eating dinner and I got kind of froggy and I was like, maybe there's snacks in them, their packages. So I ripped them open real quick and I was like, snacks, snacks, snacks. I may have eaten a letter if you sent it. But thank you, Mog. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Haley, are you here? I feel like I saw you. Haley. Haley. Haley the alien. Oh, thank you, Allie. That's very sweet. There you are. Haley, did you send me something recently? I want to make sure that I'm talking to the right Haley. I think you're the only Haley that I'm aware of. You did. Well, I'm glad you're here. Haley sent me something, and when I opened the box, I went, holy expletive. Just like that. Exactly what I said. The card says, because the captain of 100,000 Spuddies should have the proper haute couture hat. Congrats on this couch. Haley. By the way, Joyce Carr. I saw that. Are you ready for this? You're not going to believe this. This is the new and improved captain's hat. What? Look at this. Look at this. Are you serious? Seriously? What? What? It's friggin' fabulous. Oh my God. Yo, this is redonkulous. It's friggin' fabulous. If Todrick Hall saw this, he'd want to be my friend. And I would accept. This is haute couture at its finest. Oh, and let me tell you, when I went to the FERT and I was like, oh my God. And she was like, what? What's wrong? I was like, come here. And she was like, no. And I was like, okay, I'll come to you. And then I went to her and then I was like, yo, it says 100,000 Spuddies have the proper haute couture. And she went, it's pronounced haute couture. And I was like, actually, it's pronounced haute couture. And then we had a big fist fight and then she won. But then I showed her and she was like, oh my God, that's wicked impressive. I know. Look at this. Look at this. Haley, this is crazy. I don't think I've said thank you yet. Thank you. So let's see. Let's give it a gander. I feel like I'm gonna need a little more headspace on this one. I gotta give the crown room to breathe. Okay, does this strap, is this like it goes on the back to like keep me, oh my God, it's gigantic. Don't need those. Oh my God. Oh, is this how this works? Boom, 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 boom. This is so good. Half my friends could see me now. Oh, this is crazy. I'm so regal. I feel like it fits perfect. Do I tilt it for a little swag? Ladies, this is pretty good. Oh, I thought the goggles came off. They do not. Oh, I was about to get cyberpunk in this mofo. So this doesn't go around my chin, right? I feel like it's not. I mean, I guess it could. You know, if I was going to do a dance off, I wouldn't want it to go anywhere. That's pretty good. That is a captain's hat. Oh, and if I keep this on, which you can't really see that, right? I feel like the beard hides it pretty well. Plus, these kind of draw the eye away. So if I do something like this, I feel like this is a little more captain-y, and it would make more sense when I start the live streams like this. Like I'm rowing a boat. Here comes the captain. Oh, that's so friggin' good. Dope is right. In case you didn't know who I was. Roscoe. The only downside, there's only one down. She says they're removable. They feel like they're glued. I'm afraid to break it. One downside. I can't. Oh, I can kind of hear me, but now I just look ridiculous. Yes, now I look ridiculous. Seriously, Haley, that is fabulous. And it is the official captain's hat now. So good. Wear the headphones on the back of your head instead. No. Well, no, too loose. It's all loose and flowing. Oh, wow. Haley, your hat made me out of breath. That's probably more of a me problem than a you problem. I need an outfit. Go, you're right. Something with sequins. Maybe some assless chaps. Do they sell sequined assless chaps? I feel like they probably do. Try the head on top of the headphones, Shannon's. That's actually a really good idea. Is that a thing? Will it work? Ooh, maybe. Maybe. Oh, maybe. We might be on to something. Oh, maybe. Ha. Ow. 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 Why am I saying ow? It doesn't hurt. I don't think it's working. It's a bit much. Although I appreciate your encouragement. It doesn't work this way. How did we get here? It's not too much. It is a delicate balance. You're right. Oh, man. I did miss this. I miss the chaos that you bring into my life. See, a lot of you like to claim that I bring it into yours. No. You're the problem. Let's see. And I will even do this because I think it's awesome, and hopefully it'll work for you. This is the QR code for the seller that you can find on Etsy. I'm going to show it to you. I'll hold it up for a second, and then in the replay, if you want to snag a hat for yourself, right? Focus, bro. Focus, bro. Oh, that should work. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. There we go. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, definitely snag one. Get one for yourself. Get one for your grandchildren, or, you know, someone that you like. Maybe someone you have a crush on. That would be pretty good. Real subtle. All right. And now something that we need to do together, because this is a mutual thing. And what I am a bit sad about is that our sweet Lulu is not going to be able to make it tonight. However, she will see it soon enough because I'll be sending it to her. Let me explain. This bad boy came in the mail right after I left for Iceland. So we need to open this up. Hopefully some of you have forgiven me for my last live stream, because I know some of you were upset. And while I felt bad, boy, was it worth it. Oh, man, was it worth it. Doesn't mean I don't love you. I should get the sword, but it's way over there, and I am sitting down. Not going to make a big to-do out of that, because you know it's not my style. The big to-do already happened. Oh, man, this is crazy. All right, what do you think? Huh? Pretty cool. Oh, this is nice. This is a little letter from YouTube. Do you remember your first subscriber? Yes, that was my mom. Do you remember your 100th? That was also my mom, because she got sick of my shit and then she resubscribed again later. Or your 1,000th subscriber. Oh, my grandma. Actually, it was probably one of you bozos. Chances are you do. Actually, I'm pausing in the letter. It's a 1-page, double-space letter. I'm already pausing. Chances are you do. I think that holds true for us. And we know that you'll definitely remember your 100th, 1,000th subscriber. Your fans, your buddies, may have found you while searching YouTube, learned about you through a friend, or maybe you showed up as a recommended video. No matter how they came to your channel, your audience stayed and their numbers increased because of you and the community you've built. That's you guys. We're proud to honor your impressive milestone of reaching 100,000 subscribers with the Silver Creator Award. Congratulations. We know that you have many more stories to share with your community. You're damn right I do. I got a whole list of them. Story time. And we know your buddies can't wait for you to amaze them even more with your commitment and creativity. So keep creating, keep building. We can't wait to see what you'll do next. And we're here to support you along the way. And who knows, when you reach your 1,000,000th subscriber in 12 years, thank you, couch mathematician, we may just write to you and ask, do you remember your 100,000th subscriber, Grandma? Yours sincerely, Neil, YouTube CEO. Thank you, Neil. It's good to talk to you. Oh, boy. And there's you guys on the inside. There we go. Presented to Roscoe for passing 100,000 subscribers. I will be honest with you, I was not sure what to put on this because I was like, do I put Couch Crew? And I thought, well, I should put what I started as, Roscoe and the Big Comfy Couch. However, it has become more apparent as the time goes on that Big Comfy Couch will eventually get me sued. Because Big Comfy Couch was a show back in the 70s. I can't afford that. So this, oh, that's going to be a problem. Oh, well, shit. Huh. So I told you Lulu was going to, the 90s? It was in the 90s? Huh. Well, that's even worse. It looks like it was in the 70s. Well, there you go. It was in the 90s. I'm ashamed of myself. I don't want them suing me because I like large, comfortable couches. I told you Lulu couldn't be here, okay? But I said she'd see it soon enough. Well, the reason for that is because I knew when I got this, I was going to send this to Lulu and Tasia, who are the real masters behind the scene that make all this work. The fact that we have an incredible and organized and friendly Discord community is because of Lulu. She is the friggin' wizard behind the scenes. The fact that we have 3 friggin' videos go out every single day, the fact that we have playlists that make sense, the fact that, and the list goes on, thumbnails, all Vimeo, like all kinds of stuff. That's because Tasia is working behind the scenes, and the plan is to send this to them and they will sign the back of it. Well, the problem is the back is black felt. So unless I send maybe like a silver paint marker, is that a thing? I want them to sign the back of it, and then when I hang it on the wall in the back of my refrigerator where I will see it the most, they should know that they were just as much a part of this as I was, me being the bozo on your screen. Well, that's enough of that sentimental stuff. I do, in all seriousness, I want to thank all of you for being a part of this, especially those of you that are here and you are watching right now, because you know, there's like concentric rings of how all this works. You know, there's some of you that show up like every time. You're always here. It doesn't matter if I'm just sitting down and drinking coffee and trying to fix my broken ass computer because something's not working right. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to hang out with the fam. And I go live and I put on some mono or something. And you show up and you're like, well, it's not really doing anything, but I hang out with my friends. And you show up. Well, truth be told, that means a lot to me. And I know that means a lot to some of you other people because you want to hang out with the other people, right? So it kind of works. I mean, some people show up for the YouTube videos and they just like to watch them and they move on, and that's cool. There's no hierarchy or whatever, but I will say in all actuality, thank you to all of you that are here now and watching and listening and have supported this journey in whichever way you have. Some of you is your first time. First time right now. Well, the reason I wore this shirt today is because even though we hit this milestone of 100,000 buddies, we didn't come this far just to come this far. And even though my prank was very cruel and I hurt some of your feelings and you got upset, we still have a very long journey ahead of us. Now, speaking of, that journey is going to be very long. The good news is that I have many, many more silk pajamas to wear at all of these milestones. Jojo, you're welcome. And here's the best part. Jojo, are you ready? When I bought the pink PJs, the silk PJs, I wasn't sure which size would fit, and I was running out of time. So I had to buy like several sizes because you never know, like, who knows? Sometimes I'm an extra small, sometimes I'm a 35X. You just don't know. So I ordered a whole bunch. Well, for the live stream, the last one, I found that the large fit quite well. I can do that. I wore the large. Well, next milestone, Jojo, I'm going to wear the medium. Then I'm going to wear the small. And there's a couple more after that. Huh. Don't worry, though. I will have my hat on to draw your eye from other stuff. Nary you worry, my friends. We have a long journey ahead of us. Crotch crow. Don't be scared. Embrace it. Man, I feel like in the 2.5 years that we've done this, there's not a lot of ground we haven't covered. Like, let's be honest. We've talked about a lot of things. We have watched a lot of things. We got some Roscoe After Dark. We got Chicago Couch Crew, which keeps me on my toes. Yeah, we've covered everything. And for those of you that act up, I now have my own set of red chopsticks. So unless you want to get Jungied, this stream is a Hagum. Don't act up. Thank you, Joyce. Cyan, it's nice to see you. Car. Okay. All right. So let's see. Let me, I tell you what, let me fill you in a little bit on what I have been up to, and then you can fill me in a little bit on some of the stuff that I missed while I was gone. Okay. Who's in Lisbon? What, Lisbon? I was just in Lisbon. I mean, it was the airport, but still. I did miss a lot. I know. So let me sum up the last month for you. Some of you remember that right before I left, we hit the mark. We hit the 100,000. We did one last live stream. It was awesome. And then that was me pulling the plug because it was time to go. Because that following week was hell week for me. Awful. But this one was especially bad because the Fert and I were leaving for the trip on Friday at lunchtime. My hell week ends usually around 10 a.m., 9 or 10 a.m. on Friday morning. So when that time comes around, not only have I worked 70 hours in that week, but I've been awake at that point anywhere between 30 and 50 hours. Been awake, working, building, being a director, doing all my stuff. So when Friday morning came around and I submitted my project, I got the thumbs up. Yay, I did it again. You're amazing. I'm genius. I'm so handsome. No body fat. Yep, I got it. I'm used to it. It's fine. I had to drive home. We grab our bags and we head for DC. About a 3-hour drive. The plan is Annie will drive. I will sleep because I've been awake for 2 days or whatever. Oh, and also let me add that it was an 18-day trip. Iceland, Spain, France, Andorra, Monaco, and then a cruise in the Western Mediterranean. 18 days, multiple climates. Both me and the Fert packed everything we needed into a backpack. That was the challenge. Just one backpack. We're not checking bags. Go time. Pro level stuff. We did it. Okay. So we literally get home, grab the bags in the car, go. The 3-hour drive up to DC to the airport, I did not sleep. Not great. That's fine. I got a 6.5-hour flight to Iceland. I'll catch up then. I did not sleep on the flight to Iceland. Okay. But then we land in Reykjavik at 5:30 a.m. the start of the first day, and that is a full day. We're walking, we're going through waterfalls, we're at hot springs. It is a full day. Okay? It was an amazing day. It was a busy day. By the end of that day, and I mean like 4 p.m., we're driving to the hotel. And I'm not even kidding you when I say, I don't even know how long I've been awake at this point. I'm mid-sentence collapsing. I'm out. My whole body just gives up. I'm out. And then and she's like, are you falling asleep? And now, thankfully, she's driving, but I have to be the navigator. So I got the GPS. I'm like, okay, next roundabout, second right. Here we go. Skip and now. And I'm running and gunning. I fell asleep so many times through this whole process that she started to get worried. She's like, I got to get in the hotel. He's exhausted. We got to do this. That was the first day. It was brutal. I slept for 15 hours that night. And then we got up and I felt like a human again. And then we can go from there. So the first day we did, some of you have probably seen the Netflix show with Zac Efron. I don't know what it's called, but he does like he bakes bread in the sand. He hits the hot springs. It's a great show. He does a lot of cool stuff that I've seen. I'm not really sure of the details, but we watched that episode, got an idea for it. We went to that same place where he baked the bread, and there are hot springs there, and they were friggin' amazing. Now, granted, I was still kind of quasi-coherent at that point, but it was still phenomenal. Definitely recommend going. What was the name of it? Don't remember. Never gonna. I was half asleep. We did a couple waterfalls. And eventually we basically, like, if you look at Iceland, it is this one giant island, and there's a road that goes all the way around the island. They call that Ring Road. So we stayed on the southern end of that road. We went from the far west to the far east, and that was the whole 5 days that we were there. We stayed at a hotel, like, you know, we drive for an hour and a half. We stay at a hotel there, do some stuff there, drive the next day for a couple hours, another hotel, do some stuff there, and then so on. Let me tell you, Iceland, I'm already excited to go back to Iceland. It is one of the most beautiful places I have ever been on Earth. Like, I would consider moving there. Beautiful. Here's how I describe it to people that ask. It is like being in a Lord of the Rings movie. Now, you have to get out of the cities. Now, I don't think there's a lot of cities. I know Reykjavik is a city. You got to get out of that crap. You got to go away from the city and then start to see the countryside. It is like you're driving and you see these lush green mountains. And then behind those green mountains, you see other green mountains, rolling hills, waterfalls, just, oh, there's one, oh, there's another one, oh, that's in somebody's backyard. It's amazing. And then you look further, you're like, are those more mountains? Are those clouds? No, it's a glacier. It's a glacier behind the mountains. What? Yeah, it is incredible. Matter of fact, maybe I'll show you a couple pictures. And pictures will not do it justice, I can assure you. But at least you'll have some kind of idea. Maybe. Okay, this is a good one. So this right here lush green, you've got the river over here, more green mountains, and then that back there is a friggin' glacier. Right there, that's a glacier. It's beautiful. And then right behind us was the coast, was the southern coast. I mean, this is as peaceful as it gets. Right behind us was this, essentially. I mean, I'm not going in order, but this is the southern coast. Beautiful. Now this is, was this Iceland? Yes, this is also Iceland. That doesn't really say much though. But let me show you this. This is Seljalandsfoss. I did not say that right. You can see the waterfall in the background. You see travel stickers along the sign. Beautiful day. Beautiful waterfall back there. But what was cool about this waterfall is that we got to go under it. You kind of walked around the waterfall and you were getting wet. It was awesome. Awesome. I do have video of that. I'm never going to find it in time. So there's me and the Furt all wrapped up in our keep us dry clothes. And that's not even, like, if you look down to the right here, there's a little pathway. You can't see there we go. Little pathway down here. You can walk behind the waterfall. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. But then we went to another waterfall and you had to go through this like little cave and then you were in the waterfall. Up on this rock, it was friggin' gorgeous. Just incredible. So outside of the waterfalls, oh, is this it? So this doesn't look like much, but let me explain this. And actually, this isn't even a really good picture. But let me just use this to kind of prove a point. What was really beautiful in its own way about Iceland was that you'd be driving and you would see, these, like this right here. You can't see all of it, but beautiful green landscape. Here we go. Green landscape with houses. That's the glacier in the background, right? Beautiful. And then it was almost like a curtain. You would drive through and then the whole scenery would change and it almost looked like a black desert. Well, those were the lava fields. So it was like, it was molten rock or whatever, but with moss on it. And it was like a whole different scene, right? And for miles, you'd still see the mountains in the background. And then all of a sudden it would just kind of pierce through and then you'd be back into these green fields. Let me see if I can find picture, video, where is it? There was one moment that was pretty cool. So we went to this place called the Blue Lagoon. The Blue Lagoon, I don't know if it's man-made. I didn't read anything, but it's a pretty beautiful place. If you look, Blue Lagoon, Iceland, maybe there's, yeah, let's just show you some pictures here. This is the Blue Lagoon. This is a good shot, I guess. That's not right. Okay, this is the Blue Lagoon. Thankfully, we kind of beat the crowd, and it was only about 6 of us in the water. This is a bar. They don't have soju. I was pretty pissed, but there is alcohol. So you get to kind of float around the blue water and have a good time. But here's what's interesting about the Blue Lagoon, outside of like, it's a pretty cool spot as it is. It's a spa. When we were driving down there, we hit this point just a few miles away where there's kind of a checkpoint and there's a cop there. So we pull up and I'm like, what's going on? He says, "Where are you headed?" I said, "We're going to the Blue Lagoon." He says, "Okay, go straight there. don't go to the town. Now, this seems ominous, and I'm sure you can imagine my first thought is I need to get to this town. But I respect the local authorities. I did exactly what I was told, and we went to the town, okay? But here's why they were asking. Where is the video? We were driving down the road. I gotta find it. Otherwise, the story's gonna suck. Can't find it. We were driving down the road, and all of a sudden there was this smoke that was going across the road. Thick smoke. Well, if you remember not long ago, there was some type of eruption or the lava outbreak or something that happened in this one section of Iceland. And it wasn't like the lava was like coming up through the ground, right? Well, the road that we were on, the lava was off to the side. I mean, it was a lava, molten rock, but it was still smoking and coming across the road. So like we're easing across the road and there's smoke coming from this molten rock. It was so badass. Yeah. And of course, like Annie is filming, thankfully, because I'm driving, she's filming, and she's like, we're driving through an active volcano. I'm like, that's not accurate. Your narration needs work. You're fired. Go sit in the car. But it was pretty awesome just to even have done that. That was Blue Lagoon. What else? Couple waterfalls. Oh, one of the last. Oh, and then of course, when we got to the Blue Lagoon, we linked up with our best friends, Omar and Janice. So there's me with my beautiful hair, which is way more gray than I remember it being. I feel like this is a trap. There's the Furt. She looks like a wet dog because we just got out of the Blue Lagoon. There's Omar, who's also a YouTuber. And then there's Janice, that's his wife. And thankfully, the way it's worked out over the years, Omar and I are best friends, have been for 20-something years. And and Annie and Janice have become best friends. So the four of us make a pretty cool little team. It's like the perfect apocalypse team because Omar and I were in the Marine Corps. He knows how to overland. I know how to do YouTube stuff. I can film it. I could repopulate the earth. The Furt is a psychologist, so she could like mind F the zombies and stuff. And then Janice is a nurse. So it's perfect. It's perfect. Omar looks younger. Don't tell him. Don't say that to him. His head is big enough. Trust me. Anyway, moving right along. We left the Blue Lagoon. Where was it? Okay, and we took a tour in this place. It was a glacial lake. So basically the glacier melts, it forms this lake, which eventually goes to the sea. But there is this big, beautiful lake where we take Zodiacs and we ride around icebergs and whatnot. And yeah, that was one. We were just kind of easing around it. This big old iceberg. There was seals that were in there. I mean, we got within 6 or 7 feet of a seal that was just kind of happy as can be. That seal was happy as a clam. Man, I wish I could find the videos. I don't really know what's going on here. Oh, I feel like that sums up Iceland. We got to see a little show in this tiny room where they brought actual lava into the room. We did not see whales. They brought lava into the room and the room instantly heated up really impressively. They took these steel poles and like started doing stuff with the lava, like making these little ribbons or Pele's hair or whatever they're called. It was pretty awesome. And here's what's cool. There's a town on the southern coast called Vik. V-I-K. Vik. Beautiful, beautiful little town. And in Vik, it is kind of in a valley where if the nearby volcano, which is called, can't remember, if the volcano erupts, that town is gone. Most likely it's gone. And everybody that lives in the town has like go bags. They have evacuation stuff, you know, all this good stuff. And everybody knows, like, if you're a local and the alarms are sound, or if everybody gets their phone message that the volcano has erupted, if you're a local, this is your rally point. This is your meeting point. If you're a tourist and they ping everybody's phone in the area, you go to this meeting point. And then at that point, they wait. Because if I remember right, I could be butchering this, if the lava or sympathetic flood that's coming, it'll hit this one point of the mountain. And it'll either go left or right. 14 times it's gone left, 2 times it's gone right. So we wait at these rally points, and then once we know which direction stuff is going, we go the other way. That's essentially the plan in Vik. It sounds terrifying, and I'm sure it would be, but it's quite beautiful. And you think, well, why would you live there? Because it's beautiful. It's a beautiful little small town. It's on the coast. It's just gorgeous. And plus, insurance covers the cost of everything if you lose your house to a volcano. So thank you. I'm sure they'd find a way out of it, bastards. But that's just me. I feel like I'm missing all kinds of pictures. Doesn't matter. You get the point. It's pretty beautiful. There was one guy that did the volcano or the lava show that was from Norway, and he said Norway is a really beautiful place, and he moved to Vik. Like, that's how much he loved it. I thought that kind of said something. So from there, we left Iceland. We flew to Barcelona. I don't have a lisp. That is apparently how you say it correctly. Barcelona. Now, let me tell you, I am not a fan of cities. Like, ever. This is Barcelona. It does not look as busy as it is. It is very busy. I don't like it. Too many people, too many cars, motorcycles going every which way, cutting lanes, pickpockets. I don't like it. Big city. So we spent a day in Barcelona, and then we went to Andorra, which is a very small country. I think it's one of the 5 smallest countries in the world. Yes, we saw Gaudi. We did. Yep. Gaudi is an artist, architect, and he had a couple houses, and you could tour the houses and stuff. Architecture is very different from the standard architecture, but the tour was not my flavor. It was a little strange. Still did it. We went to Andorra, and we did this suspension bridge. Andorra is a small country in the Pyrenees Mountains between Spain and France. This suspension bridge, it does not cross the border, okay, but it is a suspension bridge. It goes from one side of this valley to the other side, and we walked along the whole thing, and it was awesome. It was awesome. Let me see here. That was part of Andorra. And if I can find a decent picture from up here, it'll show you how gorgeous. I know I'm missing. Oh, there we go. Missing some pictures. I don't think that's it. Okay, I mean that's a picture from up there. This is Andorra. It's about 4,000 feet above sea level. Here we go. If you count, I can't see much, but like that is Andorra, or that's the town that we were in Andorra down there, and we were up here walking towards the suspension bridge. Very, very cool. Very beautiful place. Suspension bridge was awesome. Spent a couple days there. Really just got to a couple restaurants. We did the bridge. And that was about it. Not much. Then we went back to Barcelona and immediately got on the cruise ship. We took a 7-day cruise with Virgin Voyages that traveled to Ibiza, Palma de Mallorca, Cannes, France, and I think there might have been one more. But the thing was, when we got to Cannes, we took a train east to Monaco. Wanted to go to Monte Carlo. Wanted to go to the casino. Wanted to lose some money. We did not make it to the casino. When we got to Monaco, yet another big city we were in. Well, here's an interesting thing. So we took the train, about an hour long train ride from Cannes to Monaco. Beautiful. Watching the ocean, peaceful in my seat, picturesque window. I even took a little nap. It was awesome. I was already excited about the train ride back. We got to the train station in Monaco, and there was a hell of an alarm that was going off in the train station. As loud as can be, and over the speaker, they're saying, please exit the station in an organized fashion. Do not stop. Do not collect $200. Time to go. And the herd that steps off the train, I mean, it's a lot. And they're repeating it over and over again. Well, generally, this means, hey, buttholes, something's gone wrong. Time to go. Nope. Well, I think, well, nobody's doing anything. I mean, I know a lot of us are probably tourists, but some of these people have to be locals that ride these trains. So let's just kind of watch what the herd does. So we're just kind of moving. We're making our way out the station, which is a bit of a trek, right? Nobody's responding. So I say to Annie in full male confidence, just making shit up. And hey, if I sound confident, they'll believe me. It must be true. I say, well, nobody's doing anything. So this must just be what they do to keep people out of the station. They don't have like people sleeping in the tracks. And I don't know. Nothing makes any sense. If it was a real alarm, people would be rushing out. Not true. Apparently, there was some type of incident. I don't know what the incident was. We tried to find out, to no avail. But there was some kind of incident. And we eventually made it out of the station and everything was fine. But, I don't know. That was just interesting. But that created a problem. We got to Monaco. We got out to the city. We walked around for what seemed like 2,000 miles. By the time we were done, we were too tired to hit the casino and go waste some money. Plus, we weren't really dressed for it. There's kind of a dress code in the Monte Carlo casino. Understandable. And if I walk in tighty whities and sandals and say, I want to put $3 on red, I'm not their general clientele. They're going to kick me out. So we didn't waste our time. We get back to the train station. And the plan is to go back west. We're going to stop in Nice, France for a couple hours, enjoy the beach or whatever, and then head back to Cannes. Keep in mind, we have to get back to the ship by 5 p.m. because that ship says, see ya, and then takes off. It doesn't care if you're on that ship or not. Okay? So we get back to the train station in Monaco, and as soon as we walk in, we look at the dates on the screen, the tracks and all that, and it says our train canceled. Canceled? You can't do that. Oh, yes, they can. And now we're like, well, shit, we're stuck in Monaco. We got to get back to the ship. Huh. So thankfully, the girls did what they do. Boop, 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 boop. Get on their phone. They buy new tickets. We just got to find a different destination that'll eventually bring us through Cannes. We'll get off in Cannes, get back on the ship, and we can. Great. Well, everybody else whose train was canceled had the same idea. So when we got down to the loading area, there was a lot of people. Now, we had already established that we did not have time to stop any longer in Nice and get out and gallivant because we needed to get back to the ship. We could not afford to miss this train. So here we are in this gaggle of people on the loading dock. And of all these people that are standing there, we are on the far left, okay? And I figure, okay, I'm looking at the dock. Okay, the train will probably stop about here. Wind is coming east. It's about 3:30 p.m. Okay, let's do this. Train comes up, boop, stops about 100 yards from where we are. Shit, and we gotta move. Now, the whole crowd of people starts shifting. It's like a movie. It's like an apocalypse movie. Starts shifting towards the train and are getting in. Forget seats, get in the train. Now, at this point, the girls, bless their heart, they DGAF, they don't give a flying fart. They bullet right through a ton of people and get on the train. Now, I'm behind Omar. I'm taking up the rear, and here we go. And Omar starts driving through. And then he gets on the train. I'm about 4 or 5 people back. And I hear boo, 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 boo. And I hear Omar go, we're going to lose Ross. And I was like, oh no. And there's so many people around me and in front of me. And you know me. I'm the guy that's like, oh no, please, after you. Oh, after you. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Oh my goodness. I could not be that guy, because if I miss this train, how the hell am I going to get back in time? Because it's an hour train ride. Yeah. So I had no choice but to just put my head down and start wood chippering right through a bunch of people. And that's when it got scary. The doors started to kind of close on me. And I was like, sorry, everybody, I'm such a bad person, right? I get through the doors finally, and the doors going boom, 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 and they can't leave until the doors close. Well, you would think it being so difficult for me to get in on this train that we're about full. We've reached max capacity. Nope. Once I made it in and was like, oh, I did it. I made it. I got slammed by about 40 other people, and they kept pushing. And it was that one moment where your knees kind of buckle and you start to go down and you think, oh shit, I'm going to get trampled to death. I'm going to be on the news. Well, eventually, I guess we fit all 9,000 people on the train because the doors closed. But the hour and change train ride back was literally the other end of the spectrum from the one that went out there. I got to take a nap. It was lovely. On the way back, I'm up here like this, holding on to bars. Excuse me. I'm like literally leaning over somebody who's sitting there on their phone, just having a grand old time. And that's fine. You're 2 years older than me. You deserve the seat. That's okay. I'll stand. But then what made it even worse was like, I got on the train. You're good. Well, no. There's about 20 stops from where we got on to where we got to get off. And every time there's a stop, guess what has to happen? People from inside the mosh pit have to get off. So everybody's got to shift and move and whatever else. And you think, oh, well, that's fine because now people get off the train. Nope, more space buttholes. Get on the train. And it just ends up being this brutal cycle of nonsense. And we were just about over it. It wasn't great. Some of you are like, yeah, that's pretty much Monday through Friday. Yep, that's what I do. Not for me. Not for me. We eventually made it back to Cannes. We walked down through the area. We got on the ship, tendered back, and then we were great, and we made it, and it was fine. But that was, that was Monaco and France in a nutshell. The French didn't seem to like us. I don't know why we seemed delightful. French didn't like us. And it wasn't just like the four of us, but it just seemed like this running theme that, like, you know, you'd ask a simple question and they're like, nah, not really. You're not my person. Oh, okay. Yeah. Spanish were nice. They were nice. And I tell you what was fun. Annie pretty much proved that Duolingo works. Works really well because she held her own in pretty much every conversation we had. And when she couldn't do it, Omar stepped in and used his broken Puerto Rican English and it worked, or Spanish, and it worked fine. And we give Omar a lot of crap, and he gives it right back. But it's like he will always say, he's like, yeah, Puerto Rican Spanish is different. He's like, it's a little lazy. You leave out some letters here, you leave out some letters there, and he just goes with it. Well, several times when he would have conversations with people, he would ask them in the end, but you could understand what I'm saying, right? He was all self-conscious about it. It was really adorable. Anyway, Spanish language was good. The people were good. The cities are just not for me. And that was Barcelona. I got one for you. How many of you remember my Athens story about the young lady that was talking to the young man, and I confronted him? Do you remember that? At the ATM, that's right. Well, that was my story from Athens. I have a story from Barcelona, but it's not as exciting. It is exciting, though. It's interesting. I'm going to share with you. So the last night in Barcelona, we got a hotel room that overlooked this road called Las Ramblas. And it's basically a pedestrian road where it's just a lot of stuff going on. Okay? A lot of people walking and tourists and shops and little restaurants and stuff. And we got, this high balcony that overlooks this street. Because we kind of wanted like the cliched Spanish plaza kind of thing, okay? Well, at one point, Annie and I are sitting out there, and I look down and there's tons of people walking all back and forth, there's shops and this, and I see this guy down there in the middle, standing right in the middle of the road. Now it's a pedestrian road, so there's just a lot of people moving. But this guy is standing right in the middle. He's by himself, and he's just kind of sauntering. Just in a general area, sauntering. Okay, well, maybe he's waiting for somebody. Annie and I are having a conversation, and we don't pay much mind. But my radar goes off. I start watching this cat. And I watch him for a while, like 20, 25 minutes. He's still just kind of like, do-do-do. He's not talking to anybody. Like, oh, it's good. And now I know that most big cities, regardless of where they are in the world, pickpockets is one of the most common things you got to watch out for. So I'm watching this cat, and I'm like, if he's a pickpocket, he's terrible. He's not even getting close to people. He's just sauntering. What the hell's he doing? It doesn't make any sense. Maybe he's waiting for somebody. Well, eventually somebody comes up and talks to him. Oh, that must be his buddy. So, okay, I watch them. And then the two of them kind of split up a little bit, and they start sauntering in different sections of the road. And that's what I thought, Jake. They're looking for somebody to do something with. Now, in my brain, of course, how I am, I'm like, okay, they're either pickpockets, they're selling drugs, they're trafficking, like there's any number of things this could be. So I start watching them. And then I see another guy down here to the left doing the same thing. And then another guy down here on the far end. It's like this long strip of street where I see these multiple people. And every once in a while, you see this guy down here would kind of saunter this way. And then all of a sudden, he would talk to one of the guys that I was watching. So Annie and I are watching this like a movie, okay? Trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Okay, so Blue is talking to Green. Okay, we're on to something. Of course, they're working in crews. They got phones. Every once in a while, they pull their phone out. They start doing something. And all of a sudden, you see a cop car come easing its way down the street. Well, everybody splits up. Tourists are back, and they're weaving in and out. They sit down in a chair off to the side. Cops kind of go through, don't really pay any mind. And then back on the phone, and they're up and they're moving. Don't know what's going on. And then all of a sudden, we see this guy in green. He's walking down this way, and he stops right in the middle. He's not sauntering, he stops. And this man and woman come down, and he kind of says something to him. The guy looks at him, and then they keep going. And he just still stands there. Another person passes, nope. Finally, this one guy comes down, and he goes, he says something, and the guy kind of stops for a second, quick conversation, guy keeps moving. Okay, Now, of course, some of you are saying this, undercover police. That's what I thought too. No. Or is it? So this goes on for a while, and at one point we see one guy leave. Oh, and he moved with a sense of urgency. He moved with a purpose, so he takes off. And then I think, well, is this guy following somebody? Ooh, I don't know about that one. It's hard to tell. And we keep watching these people. And it's like there was this organized dance of one of them would sit in this chair, another one would get up and saunter in the middle. And then one would move down here to the right, one would move down to the left. And it was like this constant dance, this choreography that was going on. I said, what kind of nonsense is going? I said, I have to know. And Annie's like, you're not going down there. And I said, I know. I don't, they're not pickpockets. They're not touching anybody. Like, but there's some kind of something going on. We watched this for about 2.5 hours. And by now it's dark. Okay, but plenty of lights. You can still see what's going on. And finally, Annie goes, I gotta know. And I was like, do it for the story. And I was up. I gotta know. So I grabbed my phone and I was like, hey, get your phone on, get your sounds on. It's time. I have to know what's going on down there. So I go downstairs. I get down to the bottom of the hotel. I text her, okay, I'm exiting the hotel. I'm moving left. Let me know when you pick me up. So she says, roger that. So I move. I come out the hotel, and there's a little construction area right in front of the hotel. So I got some cover. So I start moving down to the left. I take the long way around through a couple other little shops and restaurants, and then I make my way down, and I am literally, whoosh, I am in the movie. Here we go. She says, I see you. Cool. So she says to me before I leave, she's like, look, you can't look intimidating. I'm like, what do you mean intimidating? She's like, when you walk around like you don't want anybody to F with you. I'm like, exactly. She's like, you can't do that. You have to be like inviting. Like, okay, all right, I guess I need to be inviting. So I put on my inviting face. And I just kind of start walking. And I'm looking at the shop. And I just keep walking. Well, then all of a sudden, in these waves of people, tourists and locals, and mostly tourists. I spot one of the guys. I spot Baseball Cap. And now it's weird because we've been watching these cats for hours. And now I'm on the ground with them. I'm like, oh, there's Baseball Cap. But I can't make it too obvious, right? So I just kind of like, do-do-do. And I got my phone out. And I'm well aware that at any point, somebody can just run by and grab my phone. But I'm going to be honest with you. I hope somebody grabs my phone. I have been waiting to launch these tree trunks of justice for so long. So I'm kind of like using my phone like this. Way out here. Oh, look, I just barely hanging on to it. Yep. So anyway, I see Baseball Cap. And he kind of moves over here. And he comes by me. And he just doesn't see me. So I got to keep walking. I can't be like, hey, what you got? Because another thing that we noticed from the balcony was that all of them kind of had something in their hands that they were kind of toying with. I couldn't tell what it was, but they all had something. So I was like, okay, what's that? And then I see Baseball Cap, and he's got something in his hands, but just keep walking. And then I see Blue, and Blue passes by me, doesn't say anything. And I see Green. Okay, Green, that's my chance, okay? I keep walking, nothing. Damn it. Okay, I need to seem more inviting. So I pull up my t-shirt, I tie it in a knot, and I push back my shirt. I'm totally kidding, I didn't do that. And I get to the other end, and now, okay, I need a reason to walk back through. Otherwise, I'm going to be too obvious. So I kind of play with my phone. I'm looking at my watch. I'm looking down this one street like I'm waiting for somebody. You know, hands in my pockets. I'm kind of waiting. I give it like 5 or 6 minutes. And now since I'm on the other end of the street, I text back Annie and I'm like, hey, can you still see me? And she goes, oh, Janice distracted me. I lost you. Where are you? Come on, man. You had one job. She's like, oh, okay, there you are. I see you. I can see your shoulders from space. She didn't say that. I just added that part for flavor. But okay, finally she picks me up and I start walking back. Well, finally, this guy kind of leans over and he's not one of the usual suspects. He's not one of the dudes that we spotted from the balcony. Totally different guy. He looks at me as I walk by and he goes, all good, boss? Yep. He's like, you need anything? I said, nope, I'm good. And I walked and I was like, okay, well, that's something. Okay. That kind of tells me he's got some stuff. Now, that could be anything. Could be ketchup fries. Could be ketchup toast. Maybe he's got some sequin pants. I don't know. He says, you need anything? I said, no, I'm good. I keep walking. And then Green goes, he starts walking next to me. And he spits out this list of things. He's like, hey, man. He basically goes, smoke, crack, weed, and starts like this laundry list of drugs. And I'm like, no, I'm good, man. Thanks. And I keep walking. And then I keep going. And then here comes Baseball Cap. Now I know Baseball Cap is he's one of the guys. Like I don't know if he's like a big dog, but he had multiple conversations with almost everybody on the block. And just the way he carried himself, I knew he was like somebody. So Baseball Cap comes up to me and he says the same thing. He says, crack, smoke, and I don't want to say he said something like, you know, girls or anything, but the list was pretty damn long. So it could have been anything. And I was like, nope, I'm good, man. Thanks. So you sure? And now he's walking next to me. I'm good, bro. Thanks. And he peels off. And I keep walking. And Annie is watching from the hotel. And she watches Baseball Cap talk to me, peel off, and then start to trail me. Now, I know he's there, but she starts to get nervous. Now I'm going through the crowd, and there's not that many people now. It's about 10 p.m., 10:30 p.m., maybe a little later. He starts to kind of follow me over here. And then I come over here to the shop and I'm looking there. And okay, I'm looking at that, picking something up. I'm looking at it. Okay, great. And then once I turn around, baseball cap is right there. He goes, "You sure you don't need anything?" He's got this big smile on his face. I said, "No, man, I'm good. I appreciate it." Okay. And he peeled off and started walking back the other way. Now, one thing I noticed about these cats that I had seen from the balcony is that every single one of them had an earbud in, a white iPod earbud. Every single one of them. So I would be an idiot to think that once he peels off and disappears from my view, that he's not talking to somebody else on an open line and says like, "Hey, follow this dude over here. I think he's a cop or something." Who knows? So I kind of peel around. I go around this little shop over here and I go to this little restaurant and I'm looking at the menu. And if you're watching me, if you're following me, it's pretty clear I'm not actually doing anything. I'm not buying anything. I'm not really super invested in anything. I'm not buying any coffee. I'm just kind of meandering. And by now I've gone all the way down the middle of the street and then all the way back. And I've gotten a few invitations from some friends. And this is the point where I realize, and I text Annie, I'm like, "It's just drugs." She's like, "That's what I thought. Okay, come home." I said, "Okay, well, give me some time." So now at this point, this is where I'm like, okay, I need to be smart about this. Because on surface level, it seems like they see me as a dumb tourist, dumb American tourist. They throw their usual thing out. I don't take the bait, and then out. But if it's something more than that, if they think I'm somebody that I'm not, or whatever the case might be, I need to make sure that I don't go straight back to the damn hotel where they know where I'm staying. So I kind of take this little route through a couple shots, through a couple restaurants, and eventually do this one thing where you can kind of know if anybody's following you. So I go through all that. And I'm clean, and I end up making it back to the hotel. Well, let me tell you, on the way back there was this one point where I crossed this alley, and the alley kind of empties out into Las Ramblas, where it's like a river delta, and it just opens up. I'm past this alley, and I'm not even kidding. It was like the working girls came out. Like a parade of them. And it was like somebody set their clock and it was time. And as I walked by this, I went, holy shit. Kept going. Finally make it around this corner, pass by this sign, hang out at this tree, and then boom. And then I'm in the hotel. I kind of wait in the hotel a little bit. As if I'm on my phone. Okay, good. Yep, just a pit stop. Clear. Okay, and then I make my way up to the room. And then that was that. So it's not the most climactic story, but that was my do it for the story for Barcelona. I had to know. And I wouldn't have done it until Annie was like, "I have to know. You got to go down there." Yes, I'm not the only one who's crazy. Oh, it was so good. It was so satisfying to know. Because if we had left there and I didn't know what they were saying or doing, are they such good pickpockets that they can steal something without touching you? Maybe. I gotta know. Yeah, do it for the story, baby. Now, I will also say, I will echo somebody who said it in chat. Kids, don't try this at home. Don't be a dum-dum. Don't be a dum-dum like Roscoe. But sometimes you just gotta know. Oh, man. Yep. And she's totally my enabler. Yep. And I'm also totally like, I'm just asking for trouble. I'm not looking for fights, but like, hey, here's my phone. Anybody? Any takers? It's got all my ID and credit cards and stuff. Just gonna put it in my back pocket. So stupid. Omar at one point was like, what did he say? He was like, "Bro, you got to be careful with that phone," because we were using GPS. And I was like, "Bro." And before I could even say it, he was like, "You want somebody to take it, don't you?" I said, "Yeah, I do. I really do. It's been a long time since I chased after somebody with a purpose, barking at them like a dog. Oh yeah, so stupid. I do want to feel like I'm in a movie. It was pretty good. Oh, good times. And yes, at least I can look after myself. Yeah. Try that in Paris and you lose it. I've tried it a few places. I haven't. It's like I'm fishing. It's like I'm pickpocket fishing. I've done it in Paris. I've done it in Barcelona. I've done it in, where was the one place where I was literally watching them work and grab stuff. Where were we? Was it? Oh, it was Athens. Yeah, Athens was nuts. They were terrible. They were so terrible. You watch them walk down the street, and then when somebody would pass by with bags, they would stare at the bag as it went by, and then stop, and then watch them, and then turn and start following them. Like, bro, you got to be more subtle. No, you need to work on that. Stop. Come here. Hey, look, I know what you're doing. I get it. It's really mean, but at least try this. I don't really do that. I'm just being stupid. Oh, man. So that was the trip in a nutshell. We ended up flying out of Barcelona. We flew to Lisbon, Portugal. Had a little layover there, nothing special. And then we flew 7.5 hours back, got to DC, had about a 4-hour drive. Oh, let me tell you this. Even the FERT doesn't know this one. So after the 7.5 hour flight, well, actually, it was a whole day of flying. So it was like 9.5 hours on the plane. We land in DC. We have to drive an hour out of the way to drop Omar and Janice off at their car. And then we drive the 4 hours back home, whatever it is. I'm smoked. Annie is smoked. And it's about 1 a.m. We're driving. I'm hurting, right? I'm awake, but I'm hurting. So we're driving the drive back, and Annie can't stay awake. She's just smoked. I say, hey, you're fine. Just let me put on some music. You'll be okay. So she kind of leans her seat back a little bit. She falls asleep. I'm driving. I am not driving well. I'm awake. I'm safe. But it's taking every amount of effort to stay in those lines. Okay? And I use like tricks that I used to use in the military, like stay awake and all, whatever. I'm singing at the top of my lungs and doing my thing. Well, it got to a point in the last 30 minutes or so, I'm not even kidding, I started like hallucinating. I started seeing shit that was like, I know that's not real. Like, I know that's not real. It looks real. It's not real. But there was a couple points where like we'd hit a bump in the road and she was convinced in her sleepy stupor that I had fallen asleep at the wheel and we'd started going off the road. So she would snap up and be like, are you okay? Are you driving off? And I'm like, ah! And then that would wake me up even more. And then I was just like, I'm good. But that happened 2 or 3 times where she would snap to and scare the shit out of me. And then thankfully it was like good little teamwork. Good little technique. Oh man, it was rough though. We finally got home, we had to shower. We had to wash that day off of us. All those planes and people and cities. But then to jump in that bed, was just glorious. Just glorious. Yeah, Tweets, I've been on that road quite a bit. I've been so exhausted that I've hallucinated, and it's kind of a mess. But sometimes you do what you got to do. All right, so that is enough out of me. I have caught you up on all my nonsense, and I can't believe I've been talking nonstop for an hour and a half. I mean, I can, but yeah. Now, why don't you tell me what I have missed since I've been gone. Now, some of you didn't even know I was gone, and shame on you, rude. But let me give you a point of reference. I have not been online or doing anything social media wise, reading anything since Monday, June 10th. That was my hell week, and then I've been gone for 3 weeks overseas. So since June 10th, what have I missed? Okay, let's see. Jin's return. Jin came back. I do know that. That's great. Credit Roll. Credit Roll was Junie, right? Credit Roll dropped. I think that was a music video. Epic High dropped a new album, a whole album. Okay. Jin's back and he hugged 1,000 fans. Rachel, I missed your 50th birthday. Well, you don't look a day over 49. Happy birthday, buddy. We got Lisa, Rockstar, Jimin album. Did Jimin release an album or he did? Oh, he's dropping his new album soon. SKZ comeback. Did they announce it? Did they do it already? Jin's new Super Tuniverse. Tuniverse? Is that what it's called? That's friggin' brilliant. AT's X Be First collab. Jimin's song, upcoming album, Jin return. Tay photo book, Jimin's new album. Tay Type 1 photo book. July 19th is the SKZ album. That's good information. And Hypin' is next week. Is it a song? Is it an album? SKZ 8 trailer. They ate a trailer. V Magazine. Is he in it? Is he on the cover? Did he write one? Jimin and JK travel show. 17 at festival in the UK. Han dropped a new SKZ record. Jimin's album is called Muse. Saxophone Junie? Huh. Saxophone? Tay pop-ups around the world. Has this been a month? RM played the saxophone to welcome Jin back. That's pretty cool. 8 is Stray Kids' new album. Jin Olympic flag bearer. I actually did hear about that one. TXT dropped an MV. Wow, so friggin' much. It was the worst time to go. Balming Tiger at Glastonbury. Now, Crumpet, I saw you type Calming Tiger. Is that like Balming Tiger's cousins? A little bit more chill? Jin will be on a show. We've got new Stray Kids codes. Jin doing a show on an island. Do you mean like Survivor? Is Jin going to be on Survivor? Shut up. Deserted Island? Shut up. Shut up. Kinda? Oh boy, I can't wait. Yo, speaking of, do we have any Survivor fans? Like the show Survivor, not like I'm a fan of surviving every day. If any of you have ever watched Survivor and you've seen the one season where it was Generation X versus Millennials, does anybody remember that? Some of you have watched it. Okay, a couple of you. You might remember the guy who won that season. His name's Adam Klein. Well, let me tell you. Me, Annie, Omar, and Janice are on the cruise ship, and then we're having breakfast, and Annie goes, God, that guy looks familiar. And I was like, huh? She goes, oh, that is Adam from Survivor. And I'm like, shut up. No, it's not. She's like, I'm telling you, that is Adam from, remember the guy from Survivor that he won? And I was like, well, yeah. I'm like, that's not him. She's like, call his name. So of course, like, I'm like, Adam. He turns around. Oh. Walks back. Are you Adam? Yes, I am. Holy shit, what the what? So Adam and his fiance come over and they stand on the table and we kind of chat them up a little bit. They're on their honeymoon. Pretty cool. And I don't think he gets recognized often because he seemed really, really excited to talk to people. But it was pretty cool. Yeah. At one point, he invited us to go play some trivia game. And we ended up competing against him and crushing his soul. That's what you get. We're the winners. I'm the guy who beat the Survivor guy. That's on my resume. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you because you mentioned Gin on a Deserted Island. Jimin's new song, Smeraldo Garden Marching Band, if that's not a mouthful. DPR Ian has a new video? Really? Oh, so Kat just asked, did anybody recognize me? Let me tell you, since I've started doing this, anytime I'm with Annie and we are like out of the country, because it's been a few times, anytime somebody double takes me, Annie goes, and she gets nervous, especially when it's an Asian person. If an Asian person looks at me for more than 2 seconds, she goes, is this it? Is it happening? Oh my God. Oh my God. He recognizes. Oh my God. Nope. It's just some random guy. But one of these days it's gonna happen. But she's so shy, and I mean, she's not introverted and she's not shy. But when it comes to like attention and stuff, she is not a fan. So funny. So funny. But she really expects, because my whole life has been BTS for so long, she fully expects someone to run up to me and be like, who's your bias? And I'm like, Judy! And then it's just this big party. So, yeah. So funny. Oh, man. Yep. Oh, man. Good times. Okay, so what else have I missed? Let's see. So, yeah, so much stuff. I'm sure there's more. I mean, I'm sure it's going to happen someday. Everglow zombie comeback. Jimin behind the scenes. Annie's been on. She's been on the camera a couple times. Jin had a Weverse. Oh, V melting down all of Army. Was that the photo book? That's right. It wasn't Costa Rica, Anitra. You're thinking of Honduras, but you're right. When we hit 50,000 subscribers, I was in Honduras. So I did a live from my phone, and she actually got to say a couple words. And then I was like, that's enough. Back in the car. DPR is on tour. Wow, man, so much. Dimash is hinting a USA concert. Really? Hey, Kathy, I missed you, buddy. AT's at Coachella. Yoongi looking as an adorable dumpling in the OT7 photo. Also, Tay shirtless pic playing baseball. I love how specific you all are. We got an OT7 photo. Yoongi, so funny. Mariana, yes, I have been to Costa Rica. Tay is so buff now. Is that right? Putting on some size, huh? Oh, is this the photo? Oh, no. Can I just... Oh, look at that. Is this the photo that they dropped with all them? Jeez. Ugh, where is their beautiful hair? Oh, God, it hurts me. I would like to say that I have been growing my hair because they can't. I'm doing it for them. I'm taking one for the team. There's another one too. There's a picture with arms. They have arms. Cookie got a scar cooking. Is that what's going on here with the eye? God, I feel like it's been 30 years since I've seen them. Oh. Oh. Huh. They playing some baseball, I see. He cooked his arm. Here, let me help you out here. Who keeps you fed, huh? Who takes care of you? Bum, 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 bum. Tamara! Tamara, I have shouted girl dinner at least 40 times in the last month. I'm not even kidding. Oh my God. Oh my God. What is happening? Girl dinner. Jeez, what? This one's a little more potato. I mean, it's not as good as this one. There you go. Jeez. Roscoe's feeling some stuff. Jeez. Well, that's good. Badass. Jeez. I could do that. Hungry? You got Junie playing saxophone for Jen. Wait, I don't think I knew that Junie played sax. Did I know that? I don't think I knew that. Or was this like a Titanic recorder thing where he was like, and then just go into it? Nobody knew. Always in the military band. Well, yeah, but did they just throw an instrument at you and say, okay, you're in the band, play this now? Is that how it works? Generally, you have the skills and they put you in the band. He played Dynamite? That's awesome. Of course, it's Junie. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's awesome. How cool. Is this Tay's back? No, it's not. I don't know what's more upsetting, that his back is that large now or that I knew that. Wow. Yes, sir. Huh. Oh, hell no. Damn. Boy, it looks good. He must be moving really quick too, because like see this cat over here with his phone, like looking over there. Like what could he be looking at? He must have been looking at Tay over there, but Tay's moving so fast that now he's over here, and this guy's just a little too old. This is a really sweet picture, but I gotta say, where is it? Between this shot, Hobie here, and then Hobie here, he's starting to give off some grandpa vibes. I mean, I'm here for it. They're so drunk. What, in the other picture? Really? Oh, you know what that means? Tomorrow's Fireball Friday. Who was limping? Oh, they were drunk here? Oh, I could totally see that. Look at Hobie's face. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, Thelma, you're here, even though you said you wouldn't be. Here you go. Girl dinner. You're welcome. Because you made it. Ha, 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 ha. Wow. Okay, so we have a lot to catch up on, don't we? Damn! Huh. All right. Woof, woof. Y'all stupid. Well, thank you for catching me up. We have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of work to do. So like I said in the very beginning, I wanted to use tonight to just kind of like chill and chat. I wanted to tell you about my trip. I wanted you to tell me what was going on, all that good stuff. I wanted to show you all the generosity that people have been kind enough to send stuff. We're going to be doing some giveaways. We have a new official Couch Captain hat, thanks to Haley. We've got our official certificate of participation, PurFest 2024. So we will be doing some more PurFest. We opened the infamous silver play button from YouTube, which is a testament to all of you in this big giant family that we have. So tomorrow is Fireball Friday. I think, let me double check because I want to make sure I'm not giving you bad information. As far as tomorrow goes, tomorrow will be on Twitch, Fireball Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On Saturday, kicking things off at noon on Twitch, noon. We're going to start things with some Korean Englishmen. Remember that show? Remember we watched the boot camp stuff? Well, that was pretty awesome. Well, I didn't get a chance to finish that before I left, so we've got some catching up to do with Korean Englishmen. And it won't be just the boot camp stuff. There's food stuff, there's brothers, there's all kinds of stuff. So Saturday at noon on Twitch. And then, and don't forget, tomorrow, Blue, our little buddy Blue, is hosting Couch Movie Night, Beetlejuice from 1988. That'll be a Discord event tomorrow at 6 p.m. Or sorry, Saturday at 6 p.m. So Saturday, I'm kicking things off at noon Eastern Standard Time. I'll be sure to be done for 6 p.m. when Blue is running the movie. Okay? And then depending on how Sunday works, probably do something then. We got some catching up. We got a lot of shit to do. So I hope you had fun tonight. I know it wasn't the usual chaos, but get your fireball ready tomorrow. Get your snacks because it's time to get back to business. We got things to do. I don't know if this is going to work. I hope it does. I'm Roscoe, your buddy, and don't forget about each other. No. I'm Roscoe, your buddy. Look out for each other. We still have a long journey ahead of us. Boop. Oh my God, it worked.